Did you take a Quaalude?
I took part of it.
Where did you get this part?
He gave it to me.
Where did he take this Quaalude from?
The yellow container.
How much of the tablet did he give you?
It was a little less than half.
How did you take that tablet?
I took it with a swallow of champagne.
What happened after you took the tablet?
I went into the kitchen, and I don't know why, but I thought if I ate, I realized I was drinking, and then I took that, and then I really got upset at myself, so I started eating.
When you got in the jacuzzi, what were you wearing?
I was going to wear my underwear, but he said for me to take them off.
What happened when you get in the jacuzzi?
He took some pictures.
At some time, did he stop taking pictures of you in the jacuzzi?
Yes.
What did he do after that?
He said he was going to get in.
What did you see him do?
He went in the bathroom and he came out and got in.
When he came out, was he wearing anything?
No.
What did Mr. Polanski do when he got into the jacuzzi?
He got in and he went down to the deepest part of it.
What did you do?
I went to the other end of it.
What happened then?
He goes, come down here. And I said, no, I got to get out. And he goes, no, come down here. And then I said that I had asthma and that I couldn't. I had to get out because of the warm air and the cold air or something like that. And he said, just come down here a second. So I finally went down. And then he went, there was a lot of the jacuzzi jets. He goes, doesn't it feel better down here? And he was like holding me up because it's almost over my head. And I went, yeah, but I better get out. So I got out.
When you say that he was holding you, how was he holding you?
He had his hands on my sides, like right around here, and he was...
around your waist?
Yes. Then he started to move them around, and I just got out.
What did you do when you got out of the jacuzzi?
I got out and I put on a towel.
Where did you get the towel?
It was laying outside.
What did you do when you got the towel?
What?
What did you do when you got the towel?
I got the towel. I just picked it up and put it on. He went in the large pool then.
Is there a pool in addition to the jacuzzi as shown in Exhibit number 12?
Yes.
What happened then?
He goes, I walk over and he goes, get in here. And I went, no, it's okay. It's too cold. He said, no, it's warm. So I dove in one end and just swum the whole way down through and just got out the other end.
What did you do then?
I went into the bathroom and started drying off.
Did you see Mr. Polanski then?
Yes, he came into the bathroom.
What happened at that time?
He asked me if I was all right, if my asthma was bad.
And what did you say?
I said that I wanted to go home because I needed to take my medicine.
What did Mr. Polanski say?
He said, yeah, I'll take you home soon.
What did you do?
I told him, I said that I wanted to go home. I said, no, I have to go home now.
What did Mr. Polanski say?
He told me to go into the other room and lie down.
When he said in the other room, was there an adjoining room to the bathroom?
No, it was the other end of the hall. He went outside the bathroom. It was right a few feet away.
What kind of room was that?
I'm not sure. There's no lights on in it, and it looked to me like a master bedroom. It had a bed and a couch and a TV.
What did you do when he said, let's go in the other room?
I was going, no, I think I better go home because I was afraid, so I just went and I sat down on the couch.
What were you afraid of?
Him.
And so you went into the other room and sat down on the couch.
Yes.
What were you wearing at that time?
My underwear and a towel.
What happened when you sat down on the couch?
He sat down beside me and asked me if I was okay.
What did you say, if anything?
I said no.
What did he say?
He goes, well, you'll be better. And I go, no, I won't. I have to go home.
What happened then?
He reaches over and kissed me. And I was telling him, no, keep away. But I was kind of afraid of him because there was no one else there.
After he kissed you, did he say anything?
No.
Did you say anything?
No, besides I was just going, no, come on, let's go home.
What was said after you indicated that you wanted to go home when you were sitting on the couch?
He said, I'll take you home soon.
Then what happened?
And then he went down and started performing cuddliness.
What does that mean?
It means he went down on me or he placed his mouth on my vagina.
Where were you when he did that?
Was sitting on the couch.
At any time, did he say anything before he put his mouth on your vagina?
No.
What did he do when he placed his mouth on your vagina?
He was just like licking and I don't know. I was ready to cry and I was going, no, come on, stop it, but I was afraid.
And what did he say, if anything?
He wasn't saying anything that I can remember. Sometimes he was saying stuff, but I was just blocking him out,
At this time, what was your state of sobriety, if you know?
What's that mean?
Have you been drunk before?
Yes.
Was that from drinking alcohol?
Yes.
Have you ever been under the influence of Quaaludes?
No, yeah, that once when I was real little.
Have you ever been under the influence of Quaaludes and alcohol before March the 10th?
Yeah, right after that, a woman knocked on the door and she goes, "Roman, are you in there?" And he went, "Yes, I just got out of the jacuzzi and I'm getting dressed."
And that time, what was happening?
He had walked up to the door and he kind of opened it up a crack and talked to her. And I got up and put on my underwear and started walking towards the door.
What happened then?
He sat me back down again.
What happened then?
He started to have intercourse with me again and then he just stopped.
Do you know what a climax is?
Yes.
Do you know whether he had a climax?
Yes.
And how do you know that?
Because I could kind of feel it, and it was in my underwear. It was in my underwear. It was on my butt and stuff.
When you say that, you believe that he climaxed in your anus?
Yes.
What does climax mean?
That his semen came out.
Do you know what semen is?
Yes.
Do you see some semen or feel semen?
I felt it.
Where did you feel it?
I felt it on the back of my behind and in my underwear when I put them on.
When you were in the room and you heard the knock on the door, did you say anything at that time?
No, I just got up and got my underwear on.
Why didn't you say something at that time?
I was still pretty much afraid of him. I didn't, even though there was someone else there, I didn't know what to say.
There you have it. A couple parts have been edited because it's a little bit longer. But there you have it. That's the so-called crime. That's not rape, according to some people. Are you kidding me? It's a 13-year-old girl.